Hey folks, Evan Rosemore here with North Coast Angling. Doing a quick comparison on Livescope versus Humminbird's Mega Live. I've ran Livescope for a couple years now. I've had Mega Live out on the water. This is probably the 4th day I've had it out on the water, so I've kind of gotten settings dialed to where I think they should be, especially for how I'm fishing and looking at casting out in front of the boat for it. And the one thing I'm seeing here, and I'll pull up some other screenshots of this, but the one thing I'm seeing is like Mega Live is really amazing out to about that 40-foot mark. After this 40-45 foot mark, it's really hard to see anything, and you kind of see how the graph just kind of starts falling off here. On Livescope, I can pick up jigs and jig wraps and all that probably out to about that 60-65 foot mark on the bottom and in through the water column. What I do notice on my Livescope is I do have a little bit of a dead zone here at about that 40-foot mark, and another one here at about that 10 to 15 foot mark. Small dead zones. I do lose the jig wrap in there sometimes, but most of the time I know what's going on. I'm tracking it. So what I'm seeing, the main difference that I'm seeing is Livescope is really good and really clear out to about that 40-45 foot mark. So you're going to do a lot of vertical jigging or a lot of short casts. Livescope or Mega Live is probably your better option. With how I fish, I do a lot of casting where we're casting to fish out at that 40 to 50 foot mark, and likely for that reason we're probably going to stick with the Livescope for next year's tournament series. So here I'm going to show you a quick thing. I've got a Berkley Maxcent minnow on there, and I got a slip bobber. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try and show you that range that I'm talking about. This is going to be about 10 feet down. I'm going to cast this out probably about 60 feet here. And as you see right here, you can just start picking that up. And as soon as this gets in to that 40-foot range, you start seeing it there on Mega Live. And that's kind of that range that I'm talking about. Once we're inside of this, you see that we're significantly clearer on this screen over here, and that's a big improvement that Humminbird has made, but their range is lacking. I'm going to make one more cast here. Oh, and there you see we're just starting to pick it up 55-60 foot there on Livescope, and it should just start coming in here soon on Mega Live. And there you go. There you start seeing it there flash every once in a while. The closer you get, the better it ends up being. So if you're doing a lot of vertical jigging, this would probably be the one I would pick. Mega Live is super clear, super crisp right underneath the boat. Another thing that I will note is that the Humminbird and that range feels pretty reminiscent of when we first got Livescope. When we first got Livescope, I could see a crappie jig 40-45 foot away, but I couldn't see a 1 ounce blade bait or a big lake trout jig 55-60 feet away. There was a similar range limitation on Livescope when it first came out. With some of the software updates that Garmin has done, it's gotten a lot better. I've been really impressed over the last season using it, how much better Livescope was last season than it was the first season I had it. I'm really hoping Humminbird gets there with a couple software updates and they don't have to do hardware updates or any of that. But if we can get, or if Humminbird can get this clear of a screen with the range that Livescope has, which I'm hoping they'll get with a software update, we'll really have something here with Mega Live. But for the range reasons, I think I'm going to be running Livescope next year. Thanks a lot, guys.